Hey y'all, it's Lex. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm glad to be back. And what I want to talk about today is one of the best ways and one of the best strategies that you can use to protect your own health. This, along with many of the other topics that we will talk about, is a loaded topic, and I'm gonna break it down in different sections. And I can't fit everything in this one video, but um, it's a topic that is very important to me, and I see that is very important to other people because I see a lot of people who have issues with it, and a lot of people that come to me for advice, and a lot of people that just can use some insight in this area. So I want to say, just in the simplest terms, it can be considered protecting your health. One of the best protections for your health. Okay, so one of the best things that you can do to maintain a healthy insides, a healthy body system. Like right now, what I'm mainly talking about is physically the way your body works, the way your body functions, the overall health of your body and your body functions, the way you feel every day, any diseases or ailments you may have. That's what I want to talk about today. Now, I want to tell you the best thing you can do. You can do everything by the book. You can go to your yearly doctor's appointments, and this can be even more than yearly, especially if you have a certain ailment or a certain disease like diabetes or high blood pressure, or whatever. You can have more, and most likely do have more doctor's visits throughout the years. But a lot of people will tell you the best thing to do is just go to your doctor, and do this and do that. And while that is important and you want to listen to the information that you get, the best thing that you can do, along with the other things, is to know your own body, to learn your own body and know your own body. The reason I say that is, no matter who you go to, no matter what their specialty is, no matter how long they have been practicing in their specialty, whoever you go to, whether that be a nurse, whether that be a doctor, a specialist in a certain area that you're having issues with, nobody will know you, and nobody should know you more than you. The only thing that you go to, or that you do when you go to an appointment or doctor's appointment, say you're having a pain, or you've been experiencing something lately, a discomfort that you usually don't experience, you'll go, and then they'll ask you questions like, when did you start feeling this, and the questions that they ask you when you go. All of these questions are them trying to get to know what's going on with you. But who better to know what's going on with you than you? Now, this may, especially if you are new to the game, if you're not someone who is too much into health, or you're looking to get into health, or getting in control, getting in the habit of taking control of your own health, it may seem overwhelming, but it's not, and I'm going to tell you why. What you should strive to do is to consistently get better and better in the areas of health. So it doesn't matter where your starting point is. If your goal is always just to get a little better, to eat a little healthier, work out a little more. The more you start getting into these health activities, you'll become a healthier person. Now, you don't have to be, 100% yet. But the more that you start getting into these activities that, most people know what you have to do: eat healthy and work out. But obviously there is a big, there can be a big gap in what exactly eating healthy is. So I'm not going to get into that in this video, but just know that you should be striving to be better. The reason why I'm giving you this step is because the more that you begin to take control of your health and saying, I know I don't work out much, I'm going to start working out more. And I know I shouldn't be eating this, I'm going to eat that less and eat more of this that I know is good for me. The more you do these things and continue to build your health, the easier it'll be to get to know your body. When you are in a position where you are eating a whole bunch of things that you should not be eating, when you are not active and you know that you're not active, when you have certain habits that you know you probably shouldn't have, like smoking, like drinking, like, when you have a bunch of those habits, you can get certain aches and pains, and different ailments can come out of nowhere, and you can go and figure out where they came from. But you're doing so many different things that they could have came from any one of these activities that you've been doing. Now, that is possible, definitely possible, to be in tune with your body at any level, but it will get easier and easier once you cut out more things, more activities that impact your body negatively, and add things that impact your body positively. It will become natural when you have an ache or a pain or something that is a discomfort to your body. You'll be getting more experience with pinpointing where it comes from. Me, something about me, I used to have migraine headaches from the time when I was a young kid. From the time when I was a young kid, and I grew up, eating a typical, standard American diet. I grew up just the way I knew, just the way I was raised. I was active as a kid, just as active as any kid, but I just pretty much ate anything. You go to a restaurant, you can eat anything. When you picked up something or picked up a food item, a candy bar, a bag of chips, I didn't read the ingredients back then, the things that I do now. I just I lived a typical life. Back then, I had migraines, and my parents were trying to figure out where they were coming from. So I went through a series of tests, like even from a young age. I would go through CAT scans, MRIs. They were trying to figure out why I was having all these migraine headaches. A lot of people struggle from migraine headaches, and they never get rid of them. Some people, they get these prescription medications. When they're like minor and it happens sometimes, people can take over the counter medication for their headaches and then they'll be good. But when headaches get to a certain point, a certain severity level, people start to take a doctor might write you a prescription for an actual prescription medication to manage it. And then if it gets so severe, some people even get injections for their headaches because it's so bad. Me, I was able to get rid of my headaches years ago. And now, if I get a headache, I know exactly where it came from. I can pinpoint exactly where it came from and the activity that caused the headache. Back then, I did so many different things. I was probably doing so much wrong that it would have been hard to pinpoint. For example, like I said, if you're drinking, if you go to a party and you drink and you smoke, it's loud music, and at this time you may be stressed out about something in your life, and then you go to a restaurant and you eat something that's not healthy. You have like a bunch of different unhealthy habits piled on top of each other. It's definitely a guarantee that your headache is probably coming from one of these activities that you're doing. It's something that's going on within your body, because a headache is not an actual issue. A headache is just a signal rather, of something going wrong in your body. So when you have a headache, it's not just this nuisance of a thing that's come to bother you and come to bring you discomfort. It's literally a signal of your body telling you something is wrong. Sometimes it can be as simple as you're dehydrated. A lot of people don't drink enough fluids. And when I say fluids, I know they say you can get fluids in any way, but the all-time best fluid that you could get in is water. A lot of other fluids might cause you to get headaches, like certain drinks that have artificial sweeteners and artificial colors and dyes and all these different things. Those might cause you to develop a headache because it's doing something to your body that your body is not fond of. So when I tell you all these different things that happen within your body, whether you get stomach aches, headaches, muscle aches. Your body is just signaling to tell you something is wrong. So, like I say, the best way to protect your health is just to be in tune with these things. Because oftentimes when you go to the doctor, you'll go and then you'll be like, yeah, I've been having headaches, and they'll spend a little bit of time maybe try and pinpoint it. But one of the things that you can bet is it's a good chance that you're going to leave with a prescription. Now, some people, they're okay with taking medications, and they'll take this and they'll take whatever, that someone prescribes them. But some people, they want a different answer, because the fact is that whatever medication that you take over the counter or whatever, it's not actually solving the problem. It's just taking care of the symptom. So what you want to get to the bottom of is, what is the actual problem? And that's the thing. We focus so much on symptoms that we don't focus on what the problem is. We have to figure out, when you get a headache, or when you get, I keep saying headache because a lot of people struggle with headaches, and me being one of them. I used to get migraines, and they used to be, I wasn't at a point where they were debilitating, but I was at a point where, when I get a headache, I wasn't the kind of person that can just sleep a headache off. When I had a headache, if I tried to go to sleep to get rid of it, I would wake up with the same headache, or I wouldn't be able to sleep because I have a headache. So I'm using that as an example, but your thing can be fatigue. Your thing can be stomach aches. Your thing can be, some people have insomnia, which means that they can't really sleep well at night. These things are symptoms, but you have to figure out what is the actual cause. So the whole gist of this video was for you to be your main healthcare advocate, for you to take control of your own health, because nobody knows your body as well as you do. And you continue to go to your appointments the way you should be going. But the best thing that you can do is be equipped with information that you know for a fact is happening. Be able to be equipped with information that you can pinpoint, like, okay, so I started having headaches, and I believe it's because of this, and I believe it's because of that. And just for you to have some kind of knowledge of where these things are coming from. It's so empowering to have this information. It's so empowering to be able to know that even when you do go to have certain checkups and appointments, that you have information. You're not just going to say, hey, tell me what's wrong with me. You have an idea of what's going on with you. Because you've been eating this way, because you've been doing what you're supposed to do, and you realize when you do this, this happens. So I'm just urging people, because like I say, it's an issue that I feel like a lot of people have. Like, they rely just on healthcare providers to be in control of their health. The healthcare provider, they have to be in control of their own health, their family health. They can't focus on you 24 hours a day. They have how many other patients, so you're only going to get a certain amount of their time. But who has more time for you than you?